Memory isn't just a gift you're born with. It's a skill that can be dramatically enhanced through science-backed techniques. From ancient memory palaces to cutting-edge brain research, these powerful methods can transform your ability to remember anything from names and faces to complex information. Stay till the end for the most powerful memory technique used by world champions. And if you want to unlock your brain's full potential, don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more mind-expanding content. Let's explore the top 10 scientific hacks to instantly improve your memory. 10. Spaced repetition systems. Spaced repetition strengthens memories by reviewing information just before you're about to forget it, exploiting the brain's natural consolidation process. This method creates deeper neural connections, leading to long-lasting memories with minimal reinforcement. Apps using spaced repetition can boost learning efficiency by up to 300%, with medical students retaining 92% of material after 2 years, compared to just 32% with traditional methods. 9. The method of LOCI, Memory Palace. The Memory Palace technique helps you recall information by placing it in a familiar location, turning abstract info into vivid memories. Studies show it boosts brain connectivity, enabling even average people to memorize 80 to 90 random digits after just 6 weeks of practice. 8. Dual coding theory application. Your brain processes verbal and visual info separately, but combining them strengthens memory. By pairing concepts with images, you create 2 memory traces, making it easier to recall. This dual coding effect leads to stronger memory than just text alone. Studies show students remember 65% more with this method. The key is pairing abstract ideas with unique visuals, which trigger emotional reactions and boost memory consolidation. 7. The production effect. Reading aloud improves memory by 10 to 20% through the production effect. Actively producing information, like writing key points in your own words and explaining them aloud, engages multiple brain systems, including language, motor control, and memory. This deeper processing strengthens neural connections, leading to better recall and improved memory retention. 6. Strategic caffeine timing. Caffeine doesn't just make you alert. It specifically enhances memory consolidation when properly timed. Research from Johns Hopkins University found that 200 milligrams of caffeine, about 1 strong coffee, consumed immediately after learning new information, enhanced memory performance tested 24 hours later. The most surprising discovery is that this effect works even in people who don't regularly consume caffeine. What makes strategic caffeine timing particularly effective is how it enhances a specific phase of memory formation called consolidation, the biological process where temporary memory traces are strengthened into long-term storage. The key timing window appears to be within 30 minutes of learning, targeting the precise period when your brain begins transforming short-term memories into more permanent neural connections. 5. Sleep-dependent memory enhancement. Sleep isn't just rest. It's when your brain actively processes and strengthens new memories through specific stages of neural activity. Research shows that memories formed shortly before sleep are retained approximately 30 to 40% better than those formed earlier in the day. During deep sleep, your brain replays the day's important information at high speed, strengthening connections between neurons that encode related concepts. What makes sleep particularly powerful for memory is how it facilitates integration, connecting new information with existing knowledge networks. The most effective application is studying challenging material immediately before bedtime, without digital device exposure, as this positions the information for maximum processing during subsequent sleep cycles. Brain wave measurements show that greater sleep spindle activity, bursts of neural oscillations, during non-REM sleep directly correlates with overnight memory improvement. 4. The testing effect. Actively retrieving information from memory creates stronger neural pathways than passive reviewing. Research demonstrates that spending 80% of study time on self-testing and only 20% on reviewing produces significantly better long-term retention than the reverse approach. The most powerful aspect of the testing effect is how it simulates real-world memory demands. Every time you practice retrieving information under slight pressure, You're essentially rehearsing the exact mental process required during actual performance. What makes this technique particularly valuable is that it reveals knowledge gaps you would notice through passive review. Neuroscience research shows that the slight struggle required during retrieval attempts triggers the release of norepinephrine, which signals the brain to prioritize strengthening those specific neural connections. 3. Interleaved practice. Most people practice skills or study topics in blocks, spending concentrated time on one thing before moving to another. However, neuroscience research reveals that interleaving, alternating between related topics or skills during practice sessions, creates substantially stronger and more flexible neural connections. What makes interleaving particularly powerful is how it trains your brain to distinguish between similar concepts and identify the correct approach for each situation. Studies with mathematics students show that interleaved practice results in test scores approximately 25% higher than block practice, despite feeling more difficult during learning sessions. The most fascinating aspect is that interleaving benefits transfer to new, unseen problems, creating mental flexibility that block practice doesn't develop. This technique works by forcing the brain to continually retrieve different solution strategies rather than relying on working memory and short-term pattern recognition. 2. Emotional memory anchoring. Your brain prioritizes emotional experiences for long-term storage, with the amygdala essentially tagging emotionally significant information for preferential processing during memory consolidation. By deliberately creating emotional associations with otherwise neutral information, you can hijack this natural system to enhance recall. What makes emotional anchoring particularly effective is that it works for both positive and negative emotions. Though positive emotional associations typically create more accessible memories with fewer unwanted effects. Research demonstrates that information paired with moderate emotional arousal shows approximately 40% better retention after 1 week compared to neutral encoding. The most powerful implementation combines brief emotional responses with vivid mental imagery and personal relevance, creating multiple enhancement effects that compound to significantly strengthen memory formation. 1. Elaborative interrogation. The most powerful memory technique, used by world memory champions, involves deeply questioning information, rather than passively accepting it. By asking why questions about new material and generating explanations, you create multiple retrieval pathways and integrate information with existing knowledge networks. What makes elaborative interrogation particularly effective is how it forces your brain to construct meaning rather than memorize isolated facts. Neuroscience research shows this technique activates the prefrontal cortex and enhances connectivity between brain regions involved in reasoning and memory storage. Studies demonstrate that students using elaborative interrogation remember approximately 50% more conceptual information after 1 week compared to those using passive study methods. The technique works by mimicking the brain's natural learning process. We're evolutionarily designed to remember information that helps explain our environment and solve problems rather than memorize disconnected facts. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comment section below. Also, subscribe to our channel before you go. Thanks for watching.